And now for my next trick here at the off-grid cabin, I am going to be replacing all of this stove pipe. I believe that pipe is from the original build. This cabin was built in the 1970s, so this pipe is definitely past its prime. There's some spots in it that are almost completely rusted out. I was able to make it work through this winter barely. Now it's summertime and it's good weather, so I picked up all these goodies today and some electrical conduit. That is for a later project. I got all this stuff brand new. Before I bought all this stuff, I was thinking about trying to find salvaged pipe like from garage sales and whatnot, but ultimately I decided, you know what, if you're gonna do this, do it as good as you can with the best materials, and then you'll have no regrets after. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, you gotta see that. Oh. Whoo! Yikes. Oh boy. Yeah. Let's say that needed to be replaced. All right, that was definitely the easy part. Now, much of the rest of this project is going to take place in the attic space above my head, which is very small. And oh boy, that's going to be a lot of fun working up there, trying to take this box out, put the new one in, and get everything lined up. It's not going to be a great time for me, but I hope you enjoy watching me struggle up there. All right, well, here's the stovepipe. There we go. Just pushing it out the roof at this point. That means when I go up on the roof, all I have to do is pull this straight up and it'll come out of there. All right, now that I've confirmed that, I'm gonna get out of here somehow. Oh, jeez. Oh. I'm gonna have to do that so many more times. Oh. All right, so it's the next day and I'm still alive and I'm not sure how I'm gonna edit this video, but I've been thinking about this and I've concluded that I don't think I'm gonna share very much of the footage of me being up on the roof, because I definitely don't want to encourage anyone to take such a risk. You know, I've done several things on this channel where I work with electricity and things that are really dangerous, but I feel so confident in my abilities that I'm just like, you know, people can think for themselves and they can decide whether or not they want to do something or not. But being up on that roof is a different level. Like one slip and I could be paralyzed for the rest of my life. And that is so dangerous. And so I think I'm going to share like a little snippet of like, hey, look, I did this. I went up on the roof. This is what I had to do to make this project happen. But I don't want it to be like this prolonged roll of footage where it's like, I did this and then I did this and then I did this, because then it could potentially encourage someone like, oh, I could do that, which is what I'm trying to do. Like I like doing that on this channel, being like, hey, you can do this. Like, see me do it. You can do it too. But I don't want to see anybody go up on their roof and replace their stovepipe equipment by themselves and then get hurt. So what I did was extremely dangerous, and I probably shouldn't have done it by myself. Again, my neighbors were around, and if something would have happened, there was people around that could have taken me to the hospital if I would have gotten injured. But all that is done now. I'm gonna have to go up on the roof one more time to finish this, but the rest of this is just on ladders and stuff, which are dangerous, but not nearly as dangerous as being up on the roof without being professionally roped off and harnessed and all that stuff. So I got it slid all the way up as high as I could go. And I don't know how I'm gonna get it off of there, because the thing is, I gotta lift it off of there and it's gonna be above my head and I'm gonna be holding the bottom of it while most of it, like I'm gonna have a hand's width worth of the pipe here in my grasp with both hands, which means I'm not holding on to the ladder, which means I'm not holding on to the roof or anything. And then I gotta there's a rib around the bottom of it, so I gotta use all my strength and go like this, and then that thing's just gonna be above my head with all the weight at the top, and I'm just gonna be like this, like, oh my gosh. So I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I know what to do. I just thought of it. I'll cut it. Duh. Go up in the attic and cut it. That's what I'll do. There we go. Gotta turn it. We're almost all the way around, baby. Oh, look at that. See that? Just gotta go from there to there. Ouch. Oh, is that it? Oh, we got like ½ inch on the inside pipe, I think. Get it? I think so. I think so. Let's see if I can. Oh my goodness. I am wet with sweat underneath all this stuff. Oh my gosh. But I got it. Look at that. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's 3 layers thick. Holy cow. While I'm up here, I might as well take this box out. Actually, now that I got that side and that side off, it's just being held right here. So I think I'll do that last side from not the attic, from down below. That'll be better. Holy crap. I'm sweating so bad under all this. Whew. Okay, now that I got that cut shorter, here I go again. Just gonna slip that off of there. Oh, I did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. Made the biggest mess ever, but it's out of there. Oh my gosh. All right, progress. That's a big step. And here is all the aftermath. Some of that was actually still good. The box was definitely terrible condition. That needed replaced for sure. That pipe going through the attic and through the roof was actually in good condition, but like I figured out in that scenario, the only way for me to get that out of there, to be able to put in the new box, maybe I could have figured out a way to just shift it up, install the new box, and then slide it back down. Actually could have done that. But you know what? It's all good. It's all good. I feel fine replacing everything with new stuff. I made it through that alive, so we're good. Now it's time to put all the new stuff in there. All right, I got my board up there in place, so I'm gonna climb up the ladder, slip the pipe through, And then I'll use that board to block the pipe, then I'll work on the box. All right, I got just about everything ready for this box to go up here. It looks like I'm going to be able to just push the box in from right here, and it'll be able to hold itself because the opening is tight. So I'll push it up there, let it go, it'll stay, and then I can go up in the attic and screw it in here, 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 here. So I went way above the call of duty here. 5 screws on each side of this box here. Now all I need to do is grab that pipe, slide it down, and twist lock it into place, and it will be connected to that box. Alright, I think it's on there. Oh, wow, I am wet with sweat from wearing that Tyvek suit. Oh my gosh. I'd say I got my money's worth out of this thing. There's the crotch. And now my box is in place. I'm gonna have to trim it out, obviously, make it look pretty. But now we got a pipe that goes out to the outside. I gotta go up on the roof and put on that other piece. And let's see, collar's got to go on there, and then the cap. Okay, I found my plumb bob. Problem is, I don't have enough string. I only have this much. What to do? What to do? Maybe this will be enough. Let's see. That's really close to the wall. So before that stove and the old pipe that I removed, it was not in a straight line. It was really crooked. It just wasn't lined up very well. And so I knew that. So that's why I was going to use this to get it really precise. That box and that pipe is where it is because I'm already using that grommet in the ceiling. I'm not changing any of that. So I'm just going to use that, and wherever the pipe comes down, that's where it's going to be. So now that that box is in place, I use my plumb bob to put this at the back of the pipe and see when you drop this down, the weight of this, gravity is going to pull it straight down. And you'll know exactly where a straight line is drawn from the box to where that pipe is going to go into the stove. All right, I set it up a little bit too high, but see how far the stove has to come back? Because that string is at the back of the box pipe, and it comes all the way down to right at the point of that plumb bob. So the stove needs to come back that much, an inch. So I gotta shift the stove an inch back towards the wall. Now this metal trim is going to cover those gaps in the wood trim. So I got it measured out. I'm going to use these tin snips here to cut this. Hopefully I can make clean cuts. It's going to be difficult. Ah, man, I really want this to look good. I've spent so much time on that wood trim trying to get those 45-degree angles cut so that they meet together. Didn't do a great job, but I think when all is said and done and I get this cut and put up there, it'll be okay. It'll be fine. Wow, that took a very long time to trim that out. It looks all right, just don't look too closely. don't look at it with a very detailed eye and you'll see all the little imperfections, but it'll have to do. I did my very, very best, so that's all I can do, right? So I've got my pipe, and what I'm gonna do is, unfortunately, I have to go back in the attic. I'm really not looking forward to that, and I threw away that suit thing that I had, and I forgot to get another one, so I'm just going to go up there like this, and I'm going to use a metal strapping to secure the pipe that's going through the attic to the rafters. So that will be very sturdy because it'll be secured to the box at the bottom of the pipe, and then the strapping will hold it in place towards the top. All right, I think it's secure. See, when I push on it, it doesn't budge when I push on it, so it's like 1,000 degrees up here. Holy crap. Oh. 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 And the final 3-foot section that's going to stick out of the roof is just going to be held on by the twist locking mechanism between those two pipes. But I was reassured by the guys who I bought the pipe from that they do installs like that all the time, and they have 3-foot sections that are just held on by that twist lock, and they don't put on anchors on the roof, and they've never had a problem. So I'm going to trust in that. Just put the flashing to cover that gap and silicone around that and call it good. So, and then I'll come back inside to finish doing the pipe on the inside. I think that's going to be the most difficult part because I'm just going to be doing it by myself. So I'm racking my brain trying to figure out how I'm going to do that, but I'll figure it out. I totally, definitely, absolutely should have just taken this piece of metal off and then I wouldn't have had to puncture all these holes in it. Really regretting that, but I'm just gonna patch it up with this stuff. Each hole that I made, I don't have any screws to fill it, so I'll come back later with screws and it's gonna look pretty ugly, but no going back now. Dude, get out of here. No, don't go behind there. Go outside. Dude, there's an opening over here, you moron. All right, I got these pieces all together, but what I'm terrified of now is this telescoping piece. Obviously it shrinks into itself. I'm afraid of when I telescope it down, it's gonna leave a scratch. And then when I telescope it back, it's gonna reveal the scratch that it made. So hopefully that won't happen. We'll see. Nervous about that. That's it. Yes. It's together. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Oh. Looks like the shoestring on my plumb bob did the job. We look nice and straight with the stove here. Of course, the final screw has to be at a ridiculously weird angle. Oh, nothing worth doing is ever easy. Oh, let's go, baby. Yeah. Oh, money. Big money. Oh, I did it. Now to start a fire. But that's not going to happen tonight. I'll wait until tomorrow morning. It's summertime now, so early in the morning is the coolest it gets. So we'll crank it up tomorrow morning and break it in. All right, I don't want to get too crazy of a fire going because it's already pretty warm outside, but I'm just gonna get this started just enough so it can burn this leftover piece right here from the last major fire that I had, and then we'll call that good. But there should be some smoke coming out of the top now. Let's take a look. Looky there. Oh yeah, the fires are burning. Diego started the fire. Great feeling. And of course, as soon as you finish one project, in the process of finishing that one, you look around, it's like, oh look, another thing that needs to be done. Oh look, another thing that needs to be done. One of those being that I need to clean off this roof. It sucks, a bunch of stuff piles up like fir needles and branches and stuff, so I need to clean off the roof. And then I need to cut down these vine maples that are hanging over the roof and getting close to that pipe. But all in due time. One thing at a time. I'm only one person, so so great, so great. Something I'm noticing is that the fire is burning better than it did before. It's hard to describe, but the flames are acting differently. It seems like it's just able to breathe more. And the guys that I bought the stovepipe from, they were mentioning how if I'm gonna redo this, you definitely want to go above your peak based on my settings and my setup and how far the pipe is from the peak of the roof. Because before, the pipe was not above the peak, and they were describing to me how when the wind blows, it might create a draft and the wind might go down your pipe if you're not above the peak. And that may have been happening before, so the air wasn't allowed to circulate. But now that that pipe is above the peak, you know, it's not a windy day, so I don't know how much of a factor it is, but it's burning really nice right now. It's great. There is a difference. I can tell the difference. It's like it's able to breathe, basically. Whoa. It's breathing all right. All right, folks. Well, that's my stovepipe video. Thank you all for watching. See you on the next one.